Series. Once again, everyone seated here, I would like to welcome you, particularly our high-end guests that are seated in the VIP. I would like to especially welcome you to this wonderful program of the Dambe. Before we start, ladies and gentlemen, it's important to know that this event is proudly sponsored by Dazen, Omni Rentals, Shop Life Gaming, Silverbird Holdings, and of course, Warner's Music Africa. This segment is going to be having wonderful fighters of 19 fighters in total, which are going to be fighting in 9 different rounds. Each round lasts for 3 minutes, and each fight lasts for 3 minutes. And of course, we have 3 different rounds. For each round, if we have 2 knockdown, that's for a particular fighter, straight knockdown goes as the winner. Ladies and gentlemen, without much further ado, permit me, ladies and gentlemen, we have important dignitaries standing seated here with us. If your hands are not too busy, please a round of applause for DIG Taiwo Lucano. A round of applause for you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for coming. We also have the chairman, Silverback, in the person of Ibrahim Sagna. Please a round of applause for you. You're highly welcome also, sir. Permit me to also welcome the Director General, NCAC, in person of Obi Asika. You're highly welcome, sir, for coming. And we also have the presence of the President, Traditional Sport Association. You're highly welcome. And of course, we have the Executive Secretary, Traditional Sport Association. Ladies and gentlemen, without much further ado, maza da mata, yan uwa wayanda suka zo kallon wannan wasan, muna da mutane wayanda za su mana wasa na wasan dambe, suna shirye za su shigo ba tare da bata lokaci ba. In sun shigo za su mana wasa, kuma za mu ga jarumi a cikin su. Ladies and gentlemen, without much further ado, permit me as I introduce our fighters for tonight. If your hands are not too busy with gyration, as I bring forward on stage Dan Bichi from Arewa. Up next with him is Shagun Nadada from Gurumada.
ila labu duniya ma biya gaishe ku na alhaji mai ga haure arna giya na kasanta kai na ba suna ba 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 yaƙi noman farge kwakwace bai saba ba na gaishe ka zanna abin haba na alana a hudu yaro ƙarya ya sha bai yi kama an ba barka da zuwa baba barka da zuwa baba da cijon arziki ina ya bai girma na ila na gode kayya Allah koro sarkin noma na zan fara kwata kayya yaro bai sai yaro ne bana nuna yaro kan je kauce na nuna mai hana ƙarya ila labu ya mafiya barka da zuwa da cijo dan ila na ya ba halin girma
Ladies and gentlemen, Dambe from Arewa. Up next, we have Shagun Nadada from Gurumada.
Shagun Nadada, Yabida was a a daure nan ba nada ila Allahu ni wahabu yara ahadun kacija kowa ja ka faɗa ya da haka Allô, allô.
Hala. 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 Jama'a kamar yadda kuka sani wayanda suka zo kallo wannan wasa ne tsakanin ɗan bici daga arewa da kuma shagon na dada daga gurumada za su yi wa gudu daga kudu za su yi wasan nan so uku za a nemi gwarzo a cikinsu.
And welcome to the Dambe World Series. Your commentators tonight, myself, and I'm here with my best friend, the main man himself.
Innocent, Skelly, and Achemayo. It's a really good time to be with you tonight.
Absolutely.
We have several fights of action tonight.
Oh, yes.
Really looking forward to everything that's going to happen. I'm sure it's going to be a blast.
Yes.
It's fantastic for the viewing audience at home.
Watching these Dambe Warriors come in, do the ceremonial procession coming into the sands. They're about to go. We have Dan Bichi from Arawa House versus Shagun Nadada from Kudu House. Right. And the action is about to start now.
Both fighters are right-handed.
Yes.
Just sizing each other up at the moment.
Oh, some heavy punches being thrown already. Oh.
She landed, and now Shagun Nadada has landed.
Oh, there's a headbutt there. There was a headbutt there. And Dan Bichi dropped. He's still looking a bit wobbly on his feet. Dan Bichi looking very wobbly.
Very wobbly.
That headbutt was very damaging.
I agree with you. I think it was a clash of heads. But let's see what the decision is from
So the referee now is talking to the... Oh, I think they've called up... I think we might have a disqualification. I'm not really sure what just happened.
Jama'a Shagun Nadada shine da nasara.
That was a disqualification. I just had it confirmed that was a disqualification.
So the headbutt has been classed as disqualification. And the referee is about to call it.
And Shagun
Nadada daga kudu
has been actually declared the winner, so I guess it was not a considered a legitimate strike that knocked down
Shagun Nadada,
and Shagun Nadada is the winner.
Absolutely wobbled Dan Bichi there.
I guess we got a first round knockout.
It was so early and it was beautiful to see.
Yes.
Beauty about it.
It was they had traded a few punches to start and were sort of feeling each other out. But Shagun Nadada looked like the more powerful fighter from the beginning, both in stature and also in the aggression of the strikes that he threw. And I guess that one landed flush on Dan Bichi and knocked him out.
That's exactly what I was thinking. So the aggression that he showed really intimidating. I think after the first three powerful strikes, the overhand, that headbutt just completely ended the game.
Yeah, and you could actually notice that even in terms of the positioning in the pit, Shagun Nadada had actually backed up Dan Bichi a little bit, and I think that contributed to it. Put him on the defensive, landed a strike, and that was it.
Yeah, so the win goes to Shagun Nadada of Kudu House, and he gets the victory over Dan Bichi of Arawa House. I think the MC now is about to celebrate him or announce him officially to the crowd.
I believe so.
And this was just beautiful to see.
Yeah, really good start to the night.
Amma wannan wasan kashi nan ba dade ba, round na farko kawai ka zo da karfi kenan.
Haka Allah ya tsara abin da zai faru, babu wanda ya sai canza shi. In aka yana ta zo haka da amu, ni ma ta zo ne koyi na mai haka, amma Allah na gode ma, Allah ya ƙara ba mu sa'a.
Kuma gashi Allah ya baka sa.
Shi yasa nake ƙara gode ma Allah akan nasarar da na samu ne.
Yanzu nan kafin na playing backtrack ɗinka, ina so ka ɗan mini ina abin da ka shigo kai haka ɗin nan, ka ɗan yi shi mana.
An dan bani ganga sannan zai.
Sai da ganga ne kake jin daɗin shi. Yawa dan sa mishi ganga kaɗan tukuna mu dan ga abin da zai yi. namiji
yaro ba haye ba kowa ka jama halabija.
Just like when the fighters are coming in and they have their ceremonial procession, after being declared the winner, Shago Nadada is moving to the music, he's collecting his accolades, he's receiving all the glory, still on the stands as the crowd watches him and he celebrates his victory.
Must be an incredible feeling for him to have come in, first fight of the night, landed the first round knockout. Must be a magnificent feeling. And he absolutely deserves to take the accolades and taking the adoration of the crowd. Fantastic performance from Shago Nadada.
If this is any indication of how tonight's going to be, we're in for a hell of a night.
100%. And given the caliber of the fighters on the African Warriors roster, there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that we're going to have some fantastic bouts from top to bottom. This is only the beginning. Stick with us for the rest of the night.
This is the Dambe World Series, after all, World Series.
Thank you. Thank you. Mongode. Thank you. Thank you. Mongode. As we're here standing with the winner, it's very important to note that this event is proudly sponsored by Dazen, ShopLife Gaming, Omni Retails, Silverback Holdings, and other important sponsors here. We want to appreciate you. Without you, this important event wouldn't hold. And of course, our winner is here. Thank you very much. Please a round of applause for him. Jama Mutapamishi.
The crowd applauds Shago Nadada as he
Ladies and
exits the
gentlemen,
sandpit.
Before we
Tonight's
move
the
up
Dambe
next
World Series. We
to
announce
the
our sponsors.
fight for
We
the next
have
segment,
the Zone partner
let's
with
take
us tonight.
a quick
And we have
commercial
a
break,
global The Zone.
and we will be right back.
We have ChopLife Gaming, Omni Rental, Living La Vida Lagos, Silverback Holdings, Warner Music Africa, fantastic sponsors for this event this evening.
And MC Audi also exiting the sandpit as we look to announce our next fighters coming in.
in a few hours' time, I'll be competing in my first ever Dambe exhibition. How do I feel? How do I feel? I feel ready.
Welcome to Nigeria. Thank you.
Well, the first time I'd seen Dambe, I actually thought it was a movie. And that will be the first time ever anyone's come from the UK into Dambe.
Right.
Yeah, we're just travelling from Kanu over to Katsina.
The thing that comes to mind is like the Badlands of Nigeria. All you can see is just like fields and desert.
There's quite a lot of doubt in there, some negativity, a little bit of positivity. Your family will cry for you. Just been to visit the Malam, which is the herbalist.
Allah a taimaka a yi mashi roƙon Allah. Allah shi ba mu nasara, Allah ya sa mu dace.
With full any person where you beat, he must say, man,
These lads can't lose. I've been saying, what happens if he loses? And that's what people have been thinking now. And now that I've had more interviews, people are starting to think, this lad could win.
Amma wasa ko zai iya ko ba zai iya ba tun da ya shigo ai sai an tashi za a yi.
ga wasu muna cikin training ba ya fa samun baki. Don haka yana sa ran cewa gaskiya zai yi wasa ne insha Allah.
One, two. All right, Africans, dear viewers all over the world, ladies and gentlemen, you are still welcome to the African Warriors Fighting Championship 2025. This is the third edition in Abuja, and I'm here with one man that saw the vision and feel this will be a reality in Africa. Sir, please, can we know your name?
Hello. I'm Maxwell Kalu, founder of the African Warriors Fighting Championship. And we're really excited to be here, very excited about the launch of the Dambe World Series.
By the grace of God, I've been opportune to be in the first one, second one, and this is the third one. And it keeps getting better. I just told somebody that this thing just keeps getting better. Sir, please, what is the secret behind this success?
The secret is Dambe. There is no sport more interesting. There's no combat sport that brings together culture, brings together fighting, all of these things at the same time. And that really is at the heart of what we're doing. We're here, we're celebrating Africa, we're putting African combat sports on the global map, and we're going to continue to do that. And we've got some great fighters here, and we're really seeing just how exciting it is. That first bout we just finished now ended in about 10 seconds. It's like, where else do you get those kind of knockouts on your first fight? So we have 8 more fights coming up. It's super exciting, and we're ready to go.
So, ladies and gentlemen, it's clear. According to Olaro to me, he said, when two elephants fight, the grass is meant to suffer. As you can see, the arena is the one suffering. Finally, sir, please, can you tell us about the Dambe World Series? Tell us more about it.
So our vision for the Dambe World Series is taking Dambe global. So Dambe is a traditional martial art combat sport native to Nigeria. We've been pushing this sport, and the communities that Dambe come from have been pushing this sport for decades, if not hundreds of years. And we saw this sport and we thought now is time. We thought this is a sport that's exciting. This is a sport that you can't get the same tradition, the same culture, the knockouts, the fans that love it, all at the same time. So what we're doing with African Warriors is bringing that together. And then the Dambe World Series is the start of this. With the Dambe World Series, the goal behind it is taking Dambe on a Pan-African level and on a global level. So last year we featured our first international fighter, Luke Leyland, and that was great. But we're now using this launch event for the World Series to shine a light on the amazing fighters we have here in Nigeria. And then over the World Series, we're going to have more fighters. We're bringing fighters from around the world who are going to compete against the best of Nigeria's Dambe fighters. So we're starting that here. We're here now. This is the launch of the Dambe World Series in partnership with some great partners. We have Silverbacks Holdings, we have Warner Music Africa, Omni Retail, Chop Life. We've got some great partners that's come together and seen this vision for the sport. So we're building from here. It's only up from here. So tune in, get ready to be excited, get ready to be entertained, and tune in for the rest of the fights.
All right, thank you very much, sir. I must say this, congratulations, and we pray to see the better of this. Congratulations, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, up next, ladies and gentlemen, is a fight between Buhari Shagon Yellow from Gurumada versus Shagon Boka from Kudu.
This is the Dambe World Series of the African Warriors Fighting Championships, and we have our second bout about to start. And we have Buhari Shagon Yellow from the Gurumada House versus Shagon Boka from the Kudu House.
Yeah, and if the first fight is anything to go by, we're in for a real treat. Both fighters look to be really up for it. Both looked extremely focused in warm-ups as they make their entrance into the arena right now.
I've actually had the pleasure of seeing Buhari Shagon Yellow fight before. Last I remember, he's a pretty aggressive guy, and his procession is sounding really intense right now, and the crowd is loving it, and we can't wait to have him in the sandpit.
Yeah, one of the great things about the progression of this promotion is that we get to see these guys compete over and over again, and we're able to track their progress and see how they grow as competitors in the sport. It's really exciting. So as we welcome these two fighters in, it's going to be really interesting to see what they've added, what they've taken away, and what their status is right now as competitors in Dambe. So really looking forward to this, and it's a real treat to have in the earlier part of the card.
Even though fighters generally have this like similar rituals, it's always interesting to see how the different things that they like to do. So we have Buhari Shagon Yellow has made his way to the sandpit, and he had his coach take some water and spray it on him, and he did a couple of squats.
Up
and
next,
now
fighting with Buhari Shagon Yellow
hip
is
swivel and
Shagon
jump
Boka
on the sand.
Kudu.
And then we have Shagon Boka being announced coming in from House Kudu.
Yeah, I gotta say, Buhari Shagon Yellow looks relaxed, acknowledge the crowd, and yeah, he looks ready to go. He looks ready to go. And as we welcome Shagon Boka, who's making his way in, taking his time, I have to say. Buhari Shagon Yellow is getting some last-minute instructions and encouragement from his team as he waits for his opponent to join him in the pit.
Shagon Yellow, I noticed, has a couple of ankle supports and knee support on his right knee. I wonder if that has anything to do with his training or injuries that might be taken into the fight.
It's quite possible. You know, one thing about sports, and especially combat sports, is everybody is carrying some kind of niggle, some kind of injury, and so you never know how these things are affecting the fighters. But again, it could just be for the look, so you never know. And there's no point speculating. I think you just prepare yourself for the strongest possible version of your opponent.
As a former fighter myself, I can definitely testify to that. So we just had Shagon Boka from Kudu House make his way in, and he's getting water sprayed on his knees, and he has two knee braces on. There was some show of sportsmanship earlier, with both of them fist bumping at each other, and his coach is actually spraying water on his knees and his back and on his chest. The referee is holding on to both of them.
The referee introduces both fighters. They're taking in the adulation of the crowd. And the combat's going to start very, very shortly.
Referee brings the fighters and shows to all corners of the arena, just displaying the fighters that are about to engage in battle.
Big smile on his face. Both fighters looking really relaxed and ready to go. I think we're in for a really, really entertaining fight here. So final instructions from the referee.
I think referee has mentioned about no headbutting. I think they're trying to avoid what happened in the first fight happening again.
And here we go.
And we're in action. So was the feeling process in the start. Ooh.
Both fighters just keeping each other at arm's length a little bit with their shield hands, looking for that first opportunity to land the first blow of the fight. And once again, both fighters really tentative and really feeling each other out, feinting as well. And we have Buhari Shagun.
Two big overhands just to be thrown just now.
And he threw another one. And Shagun Boka seemed to take it in stride. Here we go again. We're back to that, feeling each other out, reaching out with the shield hand.
Oh, Shagun throwing two overhands, the third one. Oh, and here we see one from Shagun Boka. Oh, it's another one. Shagun Yellow looking a little bit rocky. He's throwing some shots to the back of Shagun Boka's head. I don't know how okay that is.
Both guys trading powerful shots here.
We went from 0 to 100 in no time. Things have intensified. The crowd is loving it. The applause is coming louder.
Both moving back to the center of the pit.
Throws some sand on himself. I guess he's charging himself up.
And the intensity in the arena is palpable. Both guys not breaking eye contact.
Yeah,
looking each other dead in the eye. And we have a fight. And Boka lands one to the back of the head.
Oh! And Boka, he takes a fall. Referee says
it was a trip due to the side of the arena, the side of the pit. It was a trip. And so the fight is not over.
They don't call it as a fall. Coach is spraying some more water on his fighter.
That's the end of the round. Both fighters getting instructions from their corners. And what was your impression of that first round? I thought that was fantastic.
I felt like it went from 0 to 100 in no time. First, they spent a lot of time just feeling each other out. Then the blows started coming.
The blows started coming, and it's really tough to know who won that. Very, very close first round. And let's see how it goes in the second. I told you, if that first fight was anything to go by, we are in for an absolute show tonight.
Bangers. I mean, both fighters also show that they can take some hard hits and still stand there. They're still there.
Absolutely. Both fighters ate flush strikes to the face, to the back of the head, to the body, and both are still standing. So both chins have been checked, and they're both pretty good.
Oh, even the referee is drinking some water and spraying some water on his head. The referee is in for it as well.
That's right. That's right. He needs to cool down a little bit after that first round.
Intense.
Second round about to begin. Ref lines both fighters up. They're ready.
Both fighters look very familiar with each other. Just look ready to go. Second round has begun.
Shagun Boka reaches out that lead hand just to try and find where Buhari Shagun Yellow is.
I really enjoy watching the both of them having different rhythms.
Yes.
Shagun Yellow takes a really hard one to the chin. And he returns the shot back at Boka. Boka standing right in his face, fingers all spread out, fingers into his cheeks actually.
Both guys landing in that flurry. Right hand after right hand. And neither man looks particularly wobbled or bothered.
The crowd is getting intensified. Some backpedaling going on from Shagun Boka, but I think it's intentional. Oh! And he takes a really hard hit from Shagun Yellow. Shagun Yellow has his hands literally on Shagun Boka's face.
Both men locked in. This is really intense combat.
Shagun Yellow literally just licked his fingers, like looking at Shagun Boka in his face. I feel like he has some sinister plans lined up.
That's right.
Both fighters seem to be falling into a similar kind of rhythm now, actually.
Yes, they are. I mean, they're matching each other step for step. And I think they've sort of figured out the other's tendencies.
Shagun Yellow just went for a body shot just now.
That's right. And he did that in the first round as well.
Referee separates them briefly, but they're right back at it. Big shot from Shagun Boka.
Yellow trying
Shagun
to
Boka's
reply.
hands literally on Shagun Yellow's face. Same thing from Shagun Yellow to Shagun Boka.
Like you said, same rhythm now. Matching each other step for step.
Literally looks like they're looking at each other in the mirror.
The intensity is palpable.
There was a standstill there.
Goes for the body again and lands.
Yeah, after a 3-second standstill. Now they're in the rhythm again, they're hopping, they bounce. Oh! Big overhand shot from Shagun Yellow. And Shagun Boka to the floor.
Drops
Shagun Boka gets
Boka.
up, but a big shot from Shagun Yellow. Oh, Shagun Boka drops again to the knee.
And then it looks like a knocked out tooth if I
Yes, I can see some blood from Shagun Boka's mouth. Wow, tooth out. Beautiful overhand right there from Shagun Yellow. Incredible shot.
Buhari Shagun Yellow is the winner of our second bout of the night.
Referee
by knockout.
Immediately
Incredible
the hand of
performance.
Shagun Yellow.
Incredible performance.
We have our honorable MC Audi stepping right into the sandpit to make the declaration.
And you have to be sad for Shagun Boka, who is clearly distraught at having lost the fight. Took a shot flush to the mouth. He's bleeding profusely from the mouth, and it really does look like he's had a tooth shifted or something like that in there.
And definitely something going on in the mouth there.
Finally, we have the winner. The winner is Buhari Shagun Yellow from Gurumada.
So we have a winner officially announced by MC Audi as Buhari Shagun Yellow from Gurumada House.
Fantastic performance. Let's hand it over to both of them for the post-fight interview.
That was a beautiful fight.
Kaji daɗi, amma kuma gashi an yi wasa ɗan wanga kuma shi ma ya zo ya yi addu'a amma to gashi nan dai sai a hankali. Kuma gashi mutane suna nan ana ta kana da mabiya a nan da yawa wayanda suna goya ma baya. Ko akwai masu goyon bayan shi a nan? Akwai masu goyon bayan shi a nan? Yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the winner of the segment, Buhari Shagun Yellow. Kafin nan ka tafi, muna so mu dan duba ayyukan da ka ta yi a baya, faɗan da ka ta yi wanda mabiya bayan ka za su duba. Zo mu gani tare. Let's have a backtrack. Zo ta nan. Kalli screen bari mu duba.
We have the replays on the screen, capturing the end of the fight. And we see Buhari Shagun Yellow land that devastating right hand, knocked his opponent down,
Thank you very much. That was the backtrack of the winner, Buhari Shagun Yellow. Jamaa Musake Mutapa Misha Endege Tofia. Thank you very much.
Shagun Yellow coming in with his celebratory squad.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I don't think there's anything wrong with those
next
knees.
He did it at the start of the fight, did it at the end as well.
Quick commercial break, and we will be back after the commercial break. Thank you. See you once again.
Introducing the fastest growing company in Africa, Omni Retail. If you're a manufacturer wanting to distribute products to a network of over 100,000 retailers, be it hotels, restaurants, or cafes, or a distributor, a property owner looking to warehouse fast-moving consumer goods to get great returns on investment, join the Omni Retail Network today. Omni Retail, rewiring traditional trade. Introducing the fastest growing company in Africa, Omni Retail. If you're a manufacturer wanting to distribute products to a network of over 100,000 retailers, be it hotels, restaurants, or cafes, or a distributor, a property owner looking to warehouse fast-moving consumer goods to get great returns on investment, join the Omni Retail Network today. Omni Retail, rewiring traditional trade. Introduce
That's why they call me a walk shop. You go walk before you jump. That's why they call me a walk shop.
Well paired, well matched. And in the end, you know, we got a fantastic finish.
Yes, absolutely beautiful. I love it. It felt like African Warrior Fighting Championships is delivering a fantastic show in partnership with The Zone.
And culture troupe here. Jama Mutapa Musu, that was a wonderful performance. Thank you very much. Interesting evening, wonderful fights. And up next, we're going to have our next fighters for tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, to start with, we have Shamaki Bahagong Yansanda from Arewa fighting with Shagwam from Gurumada. Jama Mutapa Musu. Shamaki Bahagong Yansanda from Arewa.
African Warrior Fighting Championships presents to you the Dambe World Series. And we are on to our third bout. My name is Mario Kuno, and I'm on here with my favorite man, my co-host,
Innocent Skelly Adache. So far, we've been treated to some fantastic entertainment. First two fights definitely delivered. And now we have our third bout, Shamaki. Absolutely.
Shamaki Bahagon Yansanda is making his ceremonial entrance. And he's definitely taking his time. So I definitely feel like he has something cooking for us. And we're here, we're ready for it.
Yes. You know, the bands or the traditional music as they come in plays a really big role in getting the fighters ready to fight mentally. And, you know, off to our right over here, Shamaki Bahagon Yansanda is really just taking it in with the music and the crowd and just building some energy within himself before making his way to the pit. He looks ready to go. He looks really, really intense. And he storms in right now and makes his way to the pit, getting some final instructions from his coaches. And yeah, he looks like he's ready to punch somebody's lights
The
out.
drums, the chants, it's all tuning in and building him up. And they're saying all the things he needs to hear to make him believe in himself as a warrior, as a fighter. And he circles the sand pit. And the crowd goes wild and celebrate him. He's full of smiles. He looks excited to be here. We're definitely excited to be here talking about it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Shamaki is in the arena, taking the water spray from his coach. And now Sangwam makes his way into the arena, also taking his time with the music and building the energy and building the intensity. And I'm sure he'll be exchanging some glances from across the arena with his opponent.
Just judging by the applause that Bahagon got there, it really feels like he seems to be like a bit of a crowd favorite.
That's right.
Because the excitement seemed really genuine just now.
Yes.
And yeah, it was really full of smiles.
And you know, and that's another great thing about watching a sport come up, is that we sort of see these guys also build reputations for themselves, build a fan following. And you know, we're going to get to a point where many of these guys will be household names, not just among hardcore Dambe fans, but among people across the country and across the region. It's a sport that's growing all over West Africa. It is not just the Nigerian thing. And as this promotion continues to grow, we get to see these personalities emerge and interact with one another and build on rivalries. And it's really good to be part of what is probably going to be a fantastic fight between these two now. Sangwam has made his way into the pit, also takes in the adulation of the crowd. And it looks like the ref is about to get us started. There's no time wasting on this one. I don't even think he took the water spray like his opponent did. And
there looks to be like a size disparity.
A huge size disparity. What do you think about that?
Yeah, because Sangwam looks a lot bigger than Shamaki. Shamaki doesn't look intimidated though. He doesn't look phased one bit. In fact, he's hyping himself up, he's jumping up, he's doing some jumping knee tucks, and he looks completely unfazed. We must note that he's a lefty. Shamaki is a lefty, and also Sangwam is a lefty.
Yeah.
So we have a double southpaw fight happening here. Let's see how that looks.
Our first southpaw contest of the night. And you know what they say about southpaws? They are the natural pugilists.
Oh, yes.
They have the fighting instinct.
Oh, yes.
And but that advantage is cancelled out by the fact that the opponent
is also a southpaw.
So let's see how this goes.
Referees introducing them. Both arms are raised, facing the north side of the arena, and now to the west side of the arena, facing the south side, and finally to the east of the arena. Last bit of instructions coming from the referee. Gives them the warnings, the things that they can't do.
No headbutts, no kicks. And the referee really looking dialed in himself.
Oh, now the referee just been given his cards. There's a yellow card and a red card. Hopefully we don't get to see any suspensions or any penalties.
Hopefully.
We get to see a good, clean, aggressive fight. Bout 3 is about to start. Once again, we have Shamaki Bahagon Yansanda from House Arawa versus Sangwam from Grumada House.
And I don't know what it is, maybe just the whistle going, and we sort of see how big Sangwam is.
Sangwam is massive.
Massive in comparison to his opponent. Both guys feeling
But
each
you know
other
what they say, the bigger they are.
No, that's right, the harder they fall.
We might have a David versus Goliath situation here, but let's just keep watching.
Do you think there can be any advantages for Yansenda in being the smaller man? Maybe if he can get past that lead hand, he can deliver to the body and
get on the inside.
Some damage inside. Maybe his balance might be better.
Yes, or maybe just
Oh,
wait.
wow.
Oh! And immediately, Sangwam drops Shamaki.
2 punches.
2 shots.
Sends his opponent to the ground.
Shamaki is still looking a little wobbly, I must say. Sangwam seems to be celebrating early.
The size.
The referee has not called it yet.
The size really came through there, and the power. We heard those shots in a loud arena. We heard thuds right to his face. And we wait for the referee to really give the outcome.
Shamaki getting some extra coaching from his coaches, maybe some words of encouragement, showing you what he did wrong. Maybe he was standing too close, maybe he was standing too still. We don't know.
And I'm hearing off to the side that the fight is going to continue. The referee is not calling it a knockout, he's calling it a knockdown. And the fight is going to continue. The round is over. We're going into round 2. And, you know, we were just talking about that size advantage. And before Yansanda could even get anywhere close to his opponent, Sangwam landed 2 thunderous left hands, sent him to the sand. And the first round's over.
You must give it to Shamaki though. He got up quite quickly.
He did.
He used to look stunned, but he got up quite quickly. Round 2 begins now.
Sangwam with a really intense look on his face.
Staying quite calm.
Yes.
Shamaki with a faster rhythm, a stronger beat.
He's going to have taken a lot of confidence from that first round and ending it the way he did.
Oh!
It's gracious.
And he has another devastating shot to Shamaki's head. Shamaki is absolutely done.
That has to be the end of the fight.
That was absolutely thunderous.
Devastating. Left hand, and we have a winner, ladies and gentlemen.
Immediately the referee raises the hand of Sangwam. Wow, what a shot.
Incredible, incredible. And again, he just timed it, and the superior power came through once again. One shot, and night. That was the end. That was the end.
Wow. There's no room for mistakes on this ground. There's no room at all.
And, you know, someone feeling himself a little bit in the middle of the arena. The band giving him the music.
Ladies and gentlemen,
that performance deserved it. Let's hand over to MC Audi to do the official announcement for our winner.
Hi. Wasa yayi wasa, an yi wasa kuma gashi nan an buga shi na farko an sake an buga na biyu ya kana ji.
Wallahi wasa dama normal ne, dama mun saba da shi. Kisa uku kenan ma ba wani abu bane. Wallahi kisa uku kenan nayi mai ba wani abu bane ai wasa ce mun fara ai.
Yanzu ya kana ji.
To gaskiya normal nike ji Allah kuma ina gode ma Allah da ya bani nasara na ci wannan gasar.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, before we check it backtrack, just to let you know that this event is proudly brought to you by African Warriors Fighting Championship. Yanzu kafin nan ka je ka samu wuri ka zauna, ina so ka dan duba screen domin mu duba dan wasannin da ka ta yi a baya, ka ga nasarar da kai ta ci. Ina mutane mabiya Shangwam, mu tafa mishi mana. Shine magana. Thank you very much. Zo. Dan zo baya kaɗan. All right. Dan dubi screen. Wasa ya yi kyau, kuma ga kanan ka zama jarumi, kai ne wanda ka ci tuta ka daga tuta, mun gode, thank you very much. Jama'a mu tafa mishi yayin da yake zo ya je samu wurin zauna. You can go on.
Silverbacks Holding will back Africa's future by investing in dominant platform builders across tech, entertainment, sports, and the creative industry. We have achieved 9 profitable exits in 5 years, including a 29 times catch with Sudan 5, proving that African companies can deliver world-class results. Our portfolio includes the Lion Cup, Flutterwave, Move, African Warrior Fighting Championship, and more. Beyond investing, we amplify founders' stories beyond Africa and share their story globally in our podcast in the lab. Silverbacks Holding, backing Africa's next generation of champions. At Silverbacks Holding, we back Africa's future by investing in dominant platform builders across tech, entertainment, sports, and the creative industry. We have achieved 9 profitable exits in 5 years, including a 29 times catch with Sudan 5, proving that African companies can deliver world-class results. Our portfolio includes the Lion Cup, Flutterwave, Move, African Warrior Fighting Championship, and more. Beyond investing, we amplify founders' stories beyond Africa and share their story globally in our podcast in the lab. Silverbacks Holding, backing Africa's next generation of champions. At Silverbacks Holding, we back Africa's future by
That's why they come now and walk the shop. You go walk for the job. That's why they come now and walk the shop.
A lot of that talent around the world.
And while we're enjoying the action tonight, I think it's really important for us to acknowledge the sponsors who have actually helped us make this possible tonight. We have Silverback Holdings.
We have The Zone, Living La Vida Lagos,
Warner Music Africa,
and Omni Retail. So The Zone is the international, the global streaming platform that is actually putting this whole event out there for the world to see. Just like you were saying earlier, Skelly, these fighters are getting an opportunity to be seen and to be known by the whole world.
Absolutely.
Not just people here in Abuja, not just Nigeria, not just West Africa, not just the continent of Africa, but the whole world. The world has started to take notice of this great sport of Dambe, and The Zone has been the first one to partner with African Warrior Fighting Championships and make this a possibility. This opportunity to make these fighters live their dreams.
Absolutely, and The Zone is already worldwide recognized as one of the top broadcast platforms for sports in general, and particularly combat sports. Think about it. These fighters are on the same platform with some of the top boxers in the world.
Yes.
Football, golf, all kinds of sports in the Zone portfolio, and it's great to have Dambe on that platform. And the sport is only going to be better for it.
Amazing, amazing. I can only see more fantastic things coming up, but this is absolutely beautiful.
That can really go global. Thank you very much, sir. So, sir, I believe you've been in this game for a long period of time. Now, how do you see this event going in the next 3 to 5 years?
In 3 to 5 years, I think some of these fighters are going to be making $1 million a year, because as people begin to know who they are, begin to support them, and the brands get bigger, I think you're going to see a lot of people, a lot of interest. I was telling somebody upstairs, I can't wait to attend my first Dambe fight in Las Vegas.
You can't wait to attend your first Dambe fight in Las Vegas. And by the grace of God, it will be hosted by African Warriors Fighting Championship. Thank you very much. We are pleased to have you, sir. This is the DJ.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the interview. Ladies and gentlemen, up next, we're moving straight into the board 4 of the fight. Just like I said earlier, we're going to be having 9 segments of fight, and currently we've done 3, and we're moving straight ahead to the 4th segment of the fight. Ladies and gentlemen, without much further ado, I would like to bring forth the fighters for tonight. We have Bahagong Ali Kawoji from Gurumada. Thank you. Fighting alongside Bahagong Ali Kawoji is none other person from Arewa than Silaka.
And we're back with the fourth fight of the night. It's been a good night for Gurumada House so far. And we have another one of their fighters already in the arena, actually, in Bahagong Ali Kawoji. And he's taking on Siloka. We've seen two fighters from Gurumada House already win their fights. And I think from this fight, we're going to be able to tell if it's just luck or if they really have a special thing going on at that house.
African Warrior Fighting Championship brings to you the Dambe World Series. My name is Mayo once again with Skelly. And yes, part 4 is about to begin with Bahagong Ali Kawoji in the sandpits. I've actually done some training with Ali Kawoji, and he's one of the only guys who was able to learn a new move with throwing a Superman punch. So I'm excited to see if he's going to be able to pull off any of the things that we did in training in this fight tonight.
That would be fantastic. And you see, you're you know, a savant in this sport, imparting your knowledge across fighting professions.
It's beautiful. Combat is combat, violence is violence.
That's right, that's right. A punch is a punch.
Yes, yes indeed.
And the referee introducing the fighters. North side, facing the west now, facing us to the south, and to the east.
So
what do you think about the physical profile of both fighters?
I think both of them probably the same weight, just to have different statures.
That's right.
Obviously, Siloka has come in a bit of the stockier, shorter physique, while Ali Kawoji is more the taller, leaner kind of look. Yeah. Let's see how well range plays a factor. Oh my God!
And already, Ali Kawoji has landed.
We have started with
and now Siloka responds.
Extreme violence in the start. Oh, Ali Kawoji goes down.
We already have a knockdown.
Some good sign of sportsmanship there.
We already have a knockdown.
Because Siloka didn't hit him as soon as he hit the ground. He's already celebrating, the crowd is already celebrating him.
Seems to be under the impression that the fight's over.
Ali Kawoji's arm
seems to have an issue. Oh,
wow.
The referee is about to declare.
Ali Kawoji's arm seems to have a problem. His coach is taking the ropes off his hand.
That's right.
Is it possible that we might have an arm break? Or a little fracture of the wrist?
Oh, he seems
to be in serious pain.
Maybe it's his shoulder.
We might have a dislocation of the shoulder or breakage of the arm. But Ali Kawoji is in serious pain. And Siloka is still celebrating. He's out of the pits. The crowd gets up to celebrate him, and he's getting a crowd favorite.
And he's getting money from the crowd, which is incredible. People are handing him cash, which of course he's stashing away immediately. But it just goes to show what an electrifying knockout that was. Yes. First round, barely seconds into the fight, first exchange, and Siloka knocked Anikawoji out clean. Of course, we're a bit concerned for the welfare of Anikawoji, who seems to be in a lot of pain from some kind of injury to that left arm, but he's getting checked out by the trainers now, and hopefully he's all right.
Bout after bout, you're having TKOs and KOs and early finishes. He's just going to show you how much this means to this fight. Yes. The zone is here.
Mungode. That's the first loss for Guru Mana House. They've been having it there.
Thank you, Mungode.
And finally, they have a first loss.
To jama'a an yi wasa ba daɗe a wasa ba mun samu jarumi a wannan wasa. Suna Silaka.
He's off the sandpit now, but he's still on the floor. It looks he's being taken away by the coaches. But I don't know, we really hope he's okay. We can't tell what happened to the arm there.
Allah da ya in kawai wasa ya juya mana amma ya ce muka ɗauko shi daga jan annabi
kuma gashi da ana wasa kai winning naga mutane suna dan baka toro ana baka wani abu kamar suna son ka sosai kuna yin silaka mun gode kafin nan ka je ka samu wuri ka zauna muna so mu dan duba abubuwan da kai ta yi wasannin da kai ta yi wanda an dauke su akan TV bari mu duba. Let's see what Silaka has been doing back there. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the winner of this segment in person of Silaka. Kasamuri Kadekazana. Jama mutapa misha aende yake tafia. Thank you. Thank you.
Asake kwani pia kashe kwali. Ai pia kashe kwali. Hada ko dambe ko kafa katako. An tada ko akwana bayan kanta.
Mungode. Makada Mungode. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Mungode. Mungode, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, before we move to the next segment of the fight, we're moving next to a very quick commercial break. And once we come back, we'll bring our fighters for tonight. Commercial break.
gwajin jarumtan jarumi ba ga ko zai yi nasara yake yana ga jurewa da daurewar sa kar ka manta da maksadinka kaji
Kaka, ga abincin ki na kawo miki.
To, na gode dana. Faruk, ka ji ma kanka ciwo kuma.
Horo dai kike nufi. Dan Allah ga abincin ki. Tashi ko so kike na ciyar da ke da kaina.
Ba wani hanyar da za ka yi ka nema da zai baka kudi sai wannan aikin kan nan. Ka san ban da lafiya, ban da karfi sosai dana. In ka ji ma kanka ciwo, wa zai lura? Wa zai lura da kai? Ka yi hakuri. Na sani ka ɗauki ruhun babanka.
Dogo da ke da nasara, mutanen da ke bangaren cash, not of money today. Na haka, masu mutane da ke bangaren dogo, na su kwashi mutane ta yau.
And support this prestigious event. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this is Dr. Kabir Masana. Sir, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Please, I hope you're enjoying the event.
Oh, this is wonderful and, of course, breathtaking.
Indeed, you're from Katsina, and we know that Dambe is one of the culture that started way back from the far north. Sir, how do you see it? Is there any difference between this Dambe and that of the old?
Well, essentially, I think the culture or heritage about Dambe is being maintained with this and is being promoted. So, I mean, it's a job well done for the African warriors. And from Katsina, you know, His Excellency Malediko Umarada, he gave us the approval to have a Dambe Academy, and that will be the first of its kind in the world.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. So, please, sir, with the packaging, with the media, with the promotion, and with the help of African Warriors Fighting Championship, please, where do you see Dambe going in the next 3 to 5 years?
Well, I can tell you it would dramatically, there will be exponential shift from what people know about, you know, combat traditional fighting. As you can see, it's well organized, they're well branded, and I mean, Dazen and other sponsors are on this. So, which means it's Nigeria to the world with our culture. So this is a way that we can sell the African culture, especially the Nigerian culture.
So by the grace of God, one day you will see African Warriors Fighting Championship. We will be hosting it in places like Canada, UK, and the rest of them. Hope you will be glad to be there.
We're taking this to Vegas, man.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that wonderful welcome back from the commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. Up next, we're going to be having a fight between two wonderful people again in this wonderful and beautiful ring. And just to remind you, this event is brought to you by the African Warriors Fighting Champions. Permit me at this juncture to bring up our next fighter in person of Damgudung Hijira from Gurumada. Damgudung Hijira from Gurumada.
African Warriors Fighting Championship brings to you the Dambe World Series, and we are moving on to bout 5. We are halfway through our fight card tonight, and it's been banger after banger, and we are super excited to be here, and the crowd is loving it, all the officials are loving it, the fighters are loving it, and I bet the zone is loving it.
Yes, it's been fantastic entertainment for everybody in the arena here. And for those watching at home, I'm sure you've been duly entertained as well. We've had knockout after knockout, all of them relatively early. We've had only one fight go into the second round. And we hope that that action continues now as we welcome Dangudu Ichira from Gurumada House and Corona from Kudu House.
I just love the names these guys have, man. Dangudu Abiola from Gurumada and Corona from Kudu. All the guys that have single names have been winning so far.
Dangerous guys. It seems like the shorter your name is, the more explosive your punches are.
I hate to draw that conclusion, but that's what it's looking like so far. Let's see what happens in this part 5.
Absolutely. And I think the first fighter, Dangudu Ijira, is making his way into the arena. Just spending some time with the band as usual, getting hyped up, but he'll be with us really shortly in the pit. The referee just made his way in, doing his final inspections, and he asked the fighter to hurry up and make his way into the pit. And here he comes.
This is the World Series, partnering with the Zone for the official broadcast, going global, presented to you by African Warrior Fighting Championships. We are tonight here on the 28th of June at the Velodrome at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium, right here in the federal capital city of Nigeria. And we're bringing the world.
Fighting alongside
Dambe.
Dambe Hijra is none other person from Kudu.
Once again, isn't it great that we have, you know, Nigeria's own, some of the best Dambe athletes in this country on a global stage, thanks to the partnership with the Zone. It's just fantastic. It'll continue to grow the sport. And hopefully, you know, these guys take advantage and continue to give us such a fantastic show.
Definitely, definitely. So Dangudu Abiola just made his way into the sand pit. He has a lean physique. He's looking quite ripped. He's looking locked in right now.
With dyed hair.
Oh yeah.
It's interesting.
Yes.
But he seems to be, you know, just getting himself in a mental state to fight. Not moving around much, wiping some sweat or water from his face and body. And looks relatively calm. I think he looks relaxed. And, you know, he's ready to do what he has to do tonight. As we await his opponent, who is spending his own time with the band, taking in the praise, getting strapped up for one last time. And very soon Corona will be making his way into the pit.
I've actually had the pleasure of seeing Corona fight before. And he fought really well. Okay. And one thing I've noticed about all the guys who I've seen before is they're all a lot better than they were before.
Oh, that's fantastic to hear. And that's really good. It's testament to the training, testament to the experience that they're picking up at these African Warriors events. And, you know, we're hopefully about to witness another step in his evolution as he continues to grow as a combat athlete.
I think these fighters also understand what's at stake here. The Zone being here, partnering with this, them being on a global broadcasting platform, I think they see what is here, what is at stake, and they're bringing their best in their A game.
Yes, determined to deliver. And Corona
just made his way.
Is now in the arena as well. I would say in terms of stature, slightly smaller than Hijira. And I don't know if you noticed that, but Dangudu pulled down Corona's arm as he raised his arm almost as though he had already won the fight.
Oh, wow.
And now the referee introduces the fighters, shows them to the four corners of the arena. And I think we are really in for a pretty intense contest.
Whenever I notice the fighters have their ropes wrapped in tape, it always gives it this metallic sheen to it, and just looks like a cinder block about to drop on somebody's head.
Yes. And you know, there was a time when all kinds of things would be in the fighters' hand wraps. But as the sport continues to grow and modernize, you know, what the wraps have been standardized. And you know, it's a much safer sport for the athletes.
Oh yes, definitely.
And a great thing about it too is, you know, there's only one way to get hurt. You get punched, you know. And so as much as it is still combat sports, it is quite safe.
About 5 commences now. Big shot came right there from Dangudu. Coronavirus holds on to Dangudu's hand, looking to lock and load.
Both fighters a little bit tentative. You know, there's quite a bit of distance between them. Oh.
Slow shot came there from Dangudu. Yes. Corona got out of the way, which made it look pretty easy. Oh, big looping shot there from Corona, but misses. Dangudu wipes the dust off his body, resets himself. Oh, big overhand shot from Dangudu. Corona just narrowly escapes again. I think there's a little bit of contact there, though.
Throws that very slow, but seeming it looks quite powerful. But it seems like Corona sees that punch coming
from a mile away.
Just ducks another one right now, and the referee has to pull them apart.
They engage in a bit of a grapple. Oh, referee tries to get in between. Now it has gone from 0 to 100. Yep. Both fighters holding each other's faces. Uppercut there came from Corona. Didn't really do any damage. Yeah, big looping shot from Dangudu. Lands on the elbow of Corona.
And Dangudu is bleeding from his left eye.
Oh, yes. And now they're holding hands.
It looks like there was one of the strikes earlier in the round caused the cut. And now he's having that cut looked at by his corner. Blood is being wiped off. A little water sprayed on his face. Corona also taking advantage to get some water as well from his corner.
You know, you mentioned something earlier about, you know, fighter safety being of utmost importance. And I think that's one of the things that are definitely showing the evolution of this sport. Yeah. Is once something like that is noticed by the referee, they call an immediate stop to the fight, and then the fighter gets assessed, gets some coaching, and then when all that is cleared up, we're back on the sandpit. It's time to bang.
Yeah, and you know, it's no fun if people get really badly hurt in a really terrible way. Yes. And you know, clearly the authorities are doing everything in their power to make sure that doesn't happen. And yeah, both fighters ready to go, and the action resumes.
They lock hands, both Corona and Dangudu. Almost like they're doing a tug of war. And they both launch at the same time, and they both miss. Slight clash of heads going on there, but it's inevitable in this sport, I feel. Oh, big looping shot again from Corona. He does miss. Dangudu steps back, comes back into range. They lock hands again. Big shot from Dangudu. Corona shakes it off, but he does land. Oh, Corona throws.
This is absolute war.
Shot for shot. A little stumble from Corona though. Corona stumble. Dangudu gets energized by that. He smells blood on the water.
Oh, now it's a really tight.
Oh, big uppercut from Corona.
But I just missed it. Grazing. It just grazed. It didn't land flush.
Yes.
That eye bleeding again. From Dangudu.
Referees watching very closely. Ushers them to the center of the pit.
And this time, you notice Corona doesn't grab the hand.
Yes.
Doesn't grab the... Oh, Dangudu is wobbly, yeah.
Oh, that's and Dangudu goes out with a split. Corona standing by him, looking victorious like a champion. Dangudu still looking wobbly. And the referee calls it immediately, and Corona wins the bout.
Dangudu is still wobbly several seconds after that strike. He walks towards his opponent. And both fighters with a show of respect. But the winner tonight is Corona.
What do you think about the winning fighters?
That's right, they keep winning. They keep winning.
Dangerous.
Struck like a virus
Dangerous.
to end the fight in spectacular fashion.
Do you think Dangudu's earlier cuts had something to do with the way this fight played out?
They could have, because you know, when you have a cut like that, first of all, there's the mental element of it, of having taken visible damage. There's also the dynamic of the blood possibly getting in his eye and affecting his vision. And in the kinds of exchanges that we saw at the end of that fight, with both fighters throwing strike after strike, every little advantage matters in the outcome. And I think that, yes, that cut could have played a role in Dangudu losing the fight.
One other thing you didn't mention there is that the blood trickling down from the face of Dangudu would have energized Corona and got him feeling like a sharp, blood frenzy, and he just went for the kill.
Yes. And well, let's hand over to MC Audi with the official interview with the winner, Corona.
Ina mutanen Corona. Ladies and gentlemen, here we have the winner. Yanzu da ka ci nasara wannan gasar ya kana ji.
To gaskiya na ji daɗi sosai. Ina gode sosai, na ji daɗin hakan sosai gaskiya. Ina fatan Allah ƙara ba mu sa'a ko da yaushe game da irin wannan sana'a da muke yi.
Kuma gashi wasa an yi an gama da ka ci nasara. Na ga mutane sun kira ka an baka ɗaya biyu an baka gane ai. Kuma ni ma na ji daɗi. Yayin da wannan wasa yake tafiya ina so mu dan koma baya kaɗan. Sai mu duba maimaitawan yadda ka doke dan uwanka a wannan gasar mu dan koma baya kaɗan. Dan zo baya. Aha. Let's watch the slow-mo of the play between Corona and Dan Gudun Hijira. Kaduba. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the winner of this particular fight, and that's Corona. Jama'a, once again, mutaba ma Corona, yayin da ya zama shine mai nasara a wannan gasan. Za ka yi ka tafi? Thank you. Before we look at the next fight, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a quick commercial break and we will be right back.
Silverbacks holding back Africa's future by investing in dominant platform builders across tech, entertainment, sports, and creative industries. We have achieved 9 profitable exits in 5 years, including a 29 times cash with proving that African companies can deliver world-class results. Our portfolio includes the like of Velodrome, African Warrior Fighting Championship, and more. Beyond investing, we amplify founders' stories beyond Africa and share this story globally in our podcast in the Silverbacks Holding, backing Africa's next generation of champions. Silverbacks holding back Africa's future by investing in dominant platform builders across
lot of that talent.
Right now, we're going to take a quick entertainment at this juncture. Gentlemen, I would like to bring in an entertainer that came all the way to show us love and, of course, entertain us the best way she can. Permit me, if your hands are not too busy, as I bring forward on stage, called AF for her performance.
Yo, how we doing? All right. Yo, my name is Cold AF, singer, songwriter. It's about to go. Let's go. Maza, all the money we go full my asa. Can't be cold yet, nobody hotter. Baby, da bam, baby, hey. Butterfly out of my cocoon. I so high, I be touch the moon. Talk and do, no be vibes and cruise. Self-assured, baby, I can. Let me hear you say, 365 in a year. Building my syndicate. I get no holidays. I get no holidays. 365 in a year. Building my syndicate. I get no holidays. I get no holidays. Them a try put one upon me. They really be texting me I'm too salty. Me cookie and confident, boss body. Never gonna change. Always the same. Try me, come try me. We get it some beef in the kitchen, come find me. Work class chef, they know fit to confine me. I love the panic, no they can't try to wind me. I live on my bed, put it in the work every single day. To the matter 365 days. Baby, da bam, baby, I live on my bed, put it in the work every single day. To the matter 365 days. Baby, da bam, baby, 365 in a year. Building my syndicate. I get no holidays. I get no holidays. 365 in a year. Building my syndicate. I get no holidays. I get no holidays. Alright, DJ Cuddy. DJ. How are you guys doing tonight? How are you doing tonight? Give me energy. Let's give it up for fighters. Let me hear you. Give it up for our fighters. Clap for them. Yeah. My name is Cold AF, Kold AF. The next song is Forget It. Let's go. Welcome to me in the backyard. Stop that general 5-star. One man and me a top marshal. Hope you got your ass on today. Hey. When I'm on the road, I be by all. I go eat your food and I be python. When you never know, say I be icon. If you don't get me, forget. When they see me come, they better know. Say my eye red, and they choco. Say me a lane, put that for your own. But if you want smoke, I'm ready, let's go. When they see me come, they better know. Say my eye red, and they choco. Say me a lane, put that for your own. But if you want smoke, I'm ready, let's go. You don't have to tell me, take it as a word. If I stop too far, my nigga take the word. You don't have to tell me, take it as a word. If I stop too far, my nigga take the word. You don't have to tell me, take it as a word. If I stop too far, my nigga take the word. You don't have to tell me, take it as a word. If I stop too far, my nigga take the word. For the cheese down on the mountain, I fell up in my cool, gonna have the OG. I'm gonna show you love if you wanna want me. I got niggas in my crew where they carry something. Everything for the cheese down on the mountain. I fell up in my cool, gonna have the OG. I'm gonna show you love if you wanna want me. I got niggas in my crew where they carry something. When they see me come, they better know. Say my eye red, and they choco. Say me a lane, put that for your own. But if you want smoke, I'm ready, let's go. When they see me come, they better know. Say my eye red, and they choco. Say me a lane, put that for your own. But if you want smoke, I'm ready, let's go. You don't have to tell me, take it as a word. If I stop too far, my nigga take the word. You don't have to tell me, take it as a word. If I stop too far, my nigga take the word.
just a word. If I start to pass, my nigga just a word. You don't have to tell, make it just a word. If I start to pass, my nigga just a word.
All right, DJ. Turn it off. I hope you guys are enjoying this song, so thank you. Now this last song is called Mayana. I'm gonna need your energy. Am I gonna get it? All right, I want you to sing this with me. Mayana, Mayana. Let me hear that. Give me energy now. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Mayana, Mayana. Let me hear you. Let's go. Them a follow combine. Ring up, call on me man them. And I make girl them come make we just unwind. Me can't wait for the light to shine. So me no pray of the 32 white. Ring up, call on me man them. And I make girl them come make we just unwind. Mayana, Mayana, make we dance to Mayana. Take a little break from the drama. See you. But nobody wants to. Hey, let's go. Mayana, Mayana, make we dance to Mayana. Let me practice you. You practice me. Let's go. But nobody wants to. Let's go. Decked up fit chic style like Parisian. Me a don't catch good vibe and no feel live and please man. May nobody waste my time. May nobody waste my time. Me dirty girl them wine and touch your 10 toes and bad boys give it to 'em good, no slow down. Hold on. May nobody waste no time. May nobody waste no time. Real life tension and one online. All of my strays them a follow combine. Ring up, call on me man them. And I make girl them come make we just unwind. Me can't wait for the light to shine. So me not free all the 32 white. Ring up, call on me man them. And I make girl them come make we just unwind. Mayana, Mayana, make we dance to Mayana. Take a little break from the drama. Cause nobody wants to. 1, 2, 3, let me hear you. Make me dance to Mayana. Take a little break from the drama. All right. Nobody wants to. It's been amazing. I never saw it. Thank you so much. Dance to Mayana. Take a little break from the drama. Cause nobody wants to. Mayana, Mayana. Make me dance to Mayana. Take a little break from the drama. Cause nobody wants to.
Yeah. Stop to do, yeah. Oh, good boy. If you have me, take it easy. Catch you some cruise my teeth. You spoke one for with your ease. Come on for the body, know the breathe. Put on your shoe, make it stand that deep. All your sorrow, make it just them free. If you know be kalala, yeah. If you know be kalala, get them put. Oh my God.
Hello, viewers all over the world. Don't forget, we are still in the session of African Warriors Fighting Championship, and it's just getting interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to have the chairman of Silverback Holding right in our midst today. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mr. Ibrahim Sanya. Sir, you are very much welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Very nice to meet you. Thank you, everyone, for taking your time to join us today for this epic event. We thank you from the bottom of our heart and congratulate the fighters.
Sir, I must say this, I love your outfit. Please, who is your designer?
Our designer is Nigerian. His name is Musta. Musti is short for Mustafa. He's in Lagos. Strongly recommend him.
Okay, sir, I can see when you were there, I saw you were really enjoying the event. Please, what can you say about the culture called Dambe?
So the culture of Dambe, the fight, the traditional combat, is not exclusive to Nigeria. Across the continent, there's countries that have similar sports. I come from one. I'm from Senegal, and we have exactly the same, and it's called Lamba. It's written the same way, but instead of a D, it's an L. So you can be sure there's some cousin relationships there. And in my home country, it's the biggest sports. It takes more sponsorship money, more revenue than even football. And Senegalese are known for soccer. So this is bigger than soccer in our home country. So it shows you the potential in Nigeria.
Oh my God, Dambe is bigger than soccer in Senegal. Wow. Okay, sir, please, before you go, Silverback Holding, we would like to know what it's all about.
So Silverbacks is a private equity investor. We take stakes in businesses, in technology, entertainment, and sports. So the business of Maxwell that is giving us this phenomenal event that he started 5 years ago, we're one of the investors alongside other investors from Hollywood and different countries. So we help entrepreneurs with capital, with introduction to also strategic partners from overseas, because we believe that giving supports to business in the continent, whether they are in sports, entertainment, or technology, brings potential for the business owners in these countries in Africa to export themselves globally. So we believe that Dambe, what has been done by African warriors, needs to be seen by Nigerians here, but more importantly, by people outside Africa. Because we believe that talent does not carry a passport when it has quality. So this is quality, and it deserves to be seen by everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, you just heard of what Silverback Holding is all about. So if you are an entertainer, you're into technology across Africa, please feel free and contact them. They will really support you. Mr. Ibrahim Sanya, thank you very much. Nice to meet you.
Thank you very much. That was a wonderful and splendid interview with the CEO of Silverback Holdings, one of our headline sponsors of this wonderful segment. Ladies and gentlemen, up next, we're going to be having a fight between two wonderful people. To start with, we have Dogon Cisco from Kudu.
And we're live at African Warriors Fighting Championship.
Mungode.
And we're at our 6th bout of the night. The night has been flying by. We've had 5 excellent fights already.
Thank you.
My name is Innocent.
Fighting alongside Dogon Cisco is none other person but Danielo Chula from Arewa.
Tell us your impressions of the night so far.
Like you said, it's been electric, it's been super fast, it's been knockout after knockout, it's been fast finishes, it's been one-rounders. and everybody is pumped about it. I know there are a lot of new faces here in physical presence and online. I'm just excited that this is what they got to see.
Absolutely. And yeah, the point about new faces, we have new faces both in the pit as fighters and new faces in the audience. There are people from all over the shop, and they're all here witnessing what has been a fantastic show so far. This is fight number 6, and it's between Dogon Cisco from Kuru, and he's going up against Danielo Tula from Arewa House. And currently, Dogon Cisco is in the arena. It's kind of a tall, slender figure. Mungode. Powerfully built. And we wait for his opponent to join him in the arena.
Oh, and his opponent literally just came in. Here we have Danielo Tula from Arewa House. And he circles the pits. He gets some applause from the crowd.
Seems to be a popular figure.
Yes. He looks a little bit leaner, not as conditioned as Dogon Cisco, but physique is not everything in this sport.
Absolutely. Physique is not everything. And, you know, we've definitely seen physique play a role in the Sangwan fight, especially when he landed those thunderous left hands to end it. But let's see how they still, I think, genuinely evenly matched physically. One fighter with, you know, some size advantage, but it's not as pronounced as you know, some of the earlier fights that we've seen. The referee, you know, giving his final instructions to the fighters, presenting the fighters to the arena once more.
This is exciting because we have a southpaw versus
we haven't had that
orthodox then.
It's
a mirror match.
Yes. And that's going to change the dynamics of the fight and make it really, really interesting.
Introduction of the referee, north, west, south, and finally to the east. And both fighters still look like they're doing their little rituals.
So for the uninitiated, what effect will southpaw, one fighter being a southpaw, one fighter being orthodox, have on how this fight goes?
Usually just positioning where the shots line up to the head or to the body. It's about who takes the outside part of the foot markings. So the lead leg.
Outside foot
where you place it. Because on the outside you can land your shot right down the pipe. But doing that though, sometimes you get put in trouble or the opportunity to get the hook to your head. You know, right down the locking hands, and they're really gauging each other. They have a bit of a crouching stance. Both of them seem to be a bit taller, but they're both crouching right down. Then maybe we call that level changing.
A little feint by Dogon Cisco, and
Dogon Cisco came with a flurry there. There's at least 6-7 shots. His eyes are wide open, full of intensity, and they lock hands again. And very interesting stances from both of them.
Yeah.
Dogon Cisco steps back, resets a little bit, they lock hands again.
And I don't know if you noticed Danielo Tula there with kind of a boxing guard. Once Dogon Cisco was throwing those shots, he had both hands up covering his head in a way that you don't typically see with Dambe athletes.
Interesting. Yes, right. You're right. Saying that now, I did notice that.
And both fighters still feeling each other out. There's a bit of hand wrestling. I think
the referee's calling for some more action.
Giving a yellow card to both fighters. I think for inactivity.
The zone is right here. This is global. We can't have the fighters stolen. We gotta go. It's game time. If this fight was based on the intensity of stares, this would be fight of the night because
punches.
The gazes are volcanic. Dogon Cisco goes in, but he looks away from his punches though. And then we see our first kick come out.
Kick of the night.
It's a miss, but his first kick comes out. It's a high one as well. He does go for the head. That's Dogon Cisco does go for the head.
I think Yellow was able to land a few strikes there before Dogon Cisco tried to respond and threw that kick. Now both fighters in another clinch situation.
Dogon Cisco chasing after Yellow there. All missing. I feel like Douglas is going to expend energy. It's probably going to gas out. We haven't seen anybody gas out yet.
No, that
because the
hasn't
rounds have
happened.
been pretty
Too
short.
fast. The fights have been too quick for
Oh,
that to
okay.
happen.
We saw another kick there from Cisco.
Yeah, he seems to employ that quite a bit.
Oh, and there's a head clash, and we literally heard it from our seats here.
That was brutal.
Nobody seems to be phased by the head clash, though.
Both fighters seem to be fine.
Just intense stares. The back of the left ear of Yellow is a bit red. That doesn't due to his complexion.
Yeah.
But
it could also be down to strikes as well. They've had some flurries on the inside, and all kinds of things have been landing. And it's also on the correct side of his head for it to have come from a strike by Dogon Cisco.
What a stare from Cisco. It's a death stare. It's actually quite frightening looking at that.
Yes,
I'm breaking here.
I think
It's
so
looking.
too.
And that's the end of the round.
I think it's the end of the round. We're going to the second round for only the second time tonight. Of course, both fighters quickly getting some water, some instruction.
Smiling.
I thought it flashed that I smiled.
Yeah. During the horror death stare.
But yeah, both fighters a bit tentative in the first round, feeling each other out a little bit, trying to sort of figure out what the other's game is. I think they're being extra careful too because, like you said, this is orthodox versus southpaw. Dogon Cisco is an orthodox fighter, and Daniel Otula is a southpaw. And I think that might, if it's not something that they regularly practice against, it might be something that makes them a little bit hesitant in terms of.
I agree with you there. And both the fighters looking refreshed now. A little bit of hydration inside and outside of the bodies.
The referee getting his warm-ups in as well.
Oh yeah, this is the most active referee I've ever seen in my life. All adding to the electrifying nature of this sport. Dambe World Series, brought to you by African Warrior Fighting Championships.
And the arena is a bit quiet, but it's a tense quiet. It's not, it's definitely not people being uninterested. People are paying very, very close attention to the action.
I take the silence as reverence almost.
That's right. And the referee...
Round 2 commences now. Dogon Cisco from Kudu House versus Daniel Otula from Ariwa House. Intense stares again. Hands locked in. Crouching stance from both fighters. Who's taking the outside of the full positioning? Oh, big kick from Cisco. Oh, and a flurry of punches from Cisco as well. Oh, but he does a fall. Wow. We saw a flurry from Cisco, but he only took one from Yellow, and Cisco stumbles.
And the referee calls another break. In Dambe, if a fighter goes down, it is automatically the end of the round. So the referee has called the end of the second round. That was a very quick round. Both fighters now getting water and instructions before coming out for the third. Now, I'm not sure that was really down to any serious damage from Daniel Otula, but Dogon Cisco did go down.
Yep. And Dogon Cisco seems like he's protesting. His crowd seems to be protesting with him, trying to protest against it being called as a fall from his part. He seems to be one of the crowd favorites as well. He circles the sand pits. He's full of smiles now. Let's see what the third round brings to us.
Well, he's going to have the opportunity to rectify that. And interesting, too, that he throws more kicks than anybody else we've seen tonight. And in a sand pit, the kicks might also have the effect of throwing up sand into the vision of your opponent as well. And I think that happened with the first kick that he threw. And we go second round, or the third round has just started.
Hands locked in, stares and gaze as fierce as ever. Crouching stance from both fighters, Dogon Cisco and Danielo.
Dogon Cisco with a flying punch.
Oh, wow.
But Danielo was out of there very, very quickly.
Dogo Cisco seems like kind of fighter that's not afraid to experiment.
That's right.
And try things out.
Yes.
Oh, another big roundhouse kick to the head of Danielo, but he takes a fall. The judges say no. It's just a fall. It's just a fall. Wow, what a big kick though. Wow, you can see the sand imprints on the back of the neck of Danielo from that kick from Dogo Cisco.
And despite Dogo Cisco ending up on the ground, the referee has ruled that that was not a knockdown, and I think rightly so. And the fight continues. And both men clinched right now. The referee has to intervene to separate them.
That was intense.
The referee breaks them up. Oh, we have a busted lip.
Oh, we have some blood from the lip of Danielo.
The judges say continue.
Dogo Cisco is taking a lower stance than Danielo. Hand braced like an uppercut, kind of shovel uppercut, kind of.
No doubt he'll be looking to capitalize on
Oh,
whatever
and they
damage
called it.
landed.
Shovel uppercut went right at Danielo's head, but Danielo eats it up. He's stalking Dogo Cisco. He's keeping him on his back foot. Dogo Cisco is backpedaling.
Back to the middle.
Referee brings him to the center. Danielo is stalking him.
Dogo Cisco just has his hands down.
He's stalking him, keeping him on his back foot, keeping him on the edge of the sand pits. Danielo has held the center position of the ring.
Almost throughout.
Hands locked in, fierce gazes.
And Danielo now has, basically he's holding Dogo Cisco's wrist and keeping his lead hand down. Dogo Cisco disengages. Danielo, Dogo Cisco.
Oh, big kick to the ribs from Cisco to the body of Danielo.
And it pops two right hands trying to follow up, but both miss.
Danielo eats it up like it's nothing though.
Those kicks from Dogo Cisco have been a really big factor in this fight.
Yes.
They've been the start of a lot of the flurries of punches that we've seen.
Don't be fooled by the light skin of Danielo. He's
tough.
taking all these hits.
Absolutely.
Like there's nothing. And both fighters circle the pits. Danielo is taking a nice jog, showing his athleticism, showing that he's ready, with a streak of blood across his face like Kratos from the God of War.
And the referee has conferred with the judges, and I believe he's about to declare a winner. I think we've had our first fight has gone the distance, and the referee declares Danielo has been the winner of the fight.
Sports good shows, sponsorship there.
Really good shows.
Over to hug Danielo, and the crowd is still happy, and Danielo is finally, and Dogo Cisco is finally put a smile.
We have our first decision of the fight, and I have to say, for somebody who just lost the fight, Dogo Cisco is looking like, he's in a good mood. He's sharing a moment with the crowd, smiling with his coach, and I think he can be generally happy with the performance he's put out. But Danielo has been declared the winner. Took a few kicks, took a few punches.
Had blood drawn from his face?
From his face. And Danielo has been duly declared the winner of our 6th bout.
This looks like kind of fight where Danielo was declared the winner, but Dogo Cisco seems to be the people's champion.
That's right. Certainly a very entertaining fighter. The kicks, the wild punches, the unorthodox techniques, I think really endeared him to the crowd here.
Definitely brought some new flow and new dynamics to what we've been seeing so far.
This particular segment, after a series of rounds, finally the judges have got and sought out the winner, and the winner of this segment is none other person but Danielo Tula from Arewa. Danielo Tula, yanzu ya kana ji da kaci nasarar wannan gasan?
Gaskiya ne wannan, na ji daɗi gaskiya, na ji daɗi, Allah na gode ma Allah.
Yanzu kana ga tunda ka san dukan mu yan wan juna ne, ya kaji fara da dan wanka Dan Arewa, ya kaji fara da shi.
Wasa ne wanda ba a taɓa yi ba gaskiya na in na ce ban ji daɗin nasarar da Allah ban na sa'a Allah ban sa'a ne na sa'a ba gaskiya na ya ƙarya. Dan wasa ne wanda ban taɓa tunanin ma za ni ba tuna haɗa ban yi ba. Sai anan Allah ya zani. Ko ba abin da ya rage wanda ya wa Allah godiya. Na gode ma Allah.
To mun gode Allah gashi nan kai ka zama mai nasarar wannan gasan na dambe. Kafin nan ka samu ni ka tafi. Muna so mu duba dan kwaikwayon ko kuma aikin da kai a baya za mu duba backtrack din aikin da kai kafin nan ka je ka samu ni ka zauna. Yanzu bari mu kalla screen. Let's have a slow-mo of how Dan Yellow gave And that was a slow-mo replay of a fight between Daniel Tula and Dogon Cisco. Mungode, thank you very much. Jama mutapa ma Daniel yayin da ya tafi ya samu ya zauna. Ladies, before we move next to the other fights, let's take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back after this commercial break. Thank you.
A lot of the talent around the world when it comes to sporting competitions comes from Nigeria. Where are we with Nigeria in terms of developing our sports?
People are tapping into Africa.
In a few hours' time, I'll be competing in my first ever Dambe exhibition. How do I feel? How do I feel? I feel ready.
Welcome to Nigeria.
Thank you. Well, the first time I'd seen Dambe, I actually thought it was a movie. And that will be the first time ever anyone's come from the UK into Dambe.
Right.
Yeah, we're just travelling from Kanu over to Katsina.
The thing that comes to mind is like the Badlands of Nigeria. Just all you can see is just like fields and desert.
There's quite a lot of doubt in there, some negativity, a little bit of positivity. Your family.
All right, dear viewers around the world, guess what? We are still enjoying, and don't forget, it's still African Warriors Fighting Championship. And guess what? We are honored to have the Senior Special Advisor to the President on Partnership and Innovation, Mr. Imran Garba. You are welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, sir, please, how do you feel? Are you entertained? How do you feel? What can you say about this event?
This is a top-of-the-class, world-class event. I'm really happy to be here. I'm proud to see that Dambe fighting is taken to the next level.
Thank you very much. So, sir, with the little packaging you see, the little innovation and the rest of them, sir, how do you feel the government can come in order to make this bigger and bigger again?
Okay, thank you. So, His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has seen the potential of the creative and cultural industry. This is why he has mandated the Ministry of Arts, Culture, Tourism, and the Creative Economy to create an enabling environment for the creative and cultural events such as Dambe fighting. The Minister of Arts, Culture, Tourism, and Creative Economy, Barrister Hannatu Musa Musawa, has created the Creative Economy Development Fund. This fund is for creatives such as those in also Dambe fighting that they can use to leverage, to take it to the next level, to improve, to build, to export it basically. So that's one avenue where the government has come in to help those in the Dambe fighting.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. The last question, please, sir, can you tell us with what you see here, where do you see us going? Where do you see African Warriors Fighting Championship going in the next 3 to 5 years?
I see African warriors in the Olympics. I see African warriors in Vegas. I see them in Tokyo. I see them in Shanghai. Everywhere, globally. That's where I see them. I think this is just the start of something very beautiful.
Thank you very much. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we just have the honor to have Mr. Emerald Garba, a special advisor to the President on Partnership and Innovation. Sir, thank you very much for coming. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that wonderful interview. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us now, this event you're right now watching is brought to you by African Warriors Fighting Championship. I would like to say a big shout out to all our sponsors of this particular event. Permit me, ladies and gentlemen, up next is to introduce our fight. That's the boat 7. We have Shaike from Arewa.
This is the Dambe World Series, and we're welcoming the fighters for our 7th bout of the night. This one is between Shaike from Arewa House and Alta Aisha from Burumada. Currently, Shaike making his way into the arena.
Thank you.
Fighting alongside Shaike from Alta Aisha's entrance into the Sampit. We want to acknowledge
another major sponsor of tonight's event, and that is Chop Life Gaming. With Chop Life Gaming, you can bet on your favorite sports with real-time odds and live updates. If you are tired of inaccurate updates, slow payouts, or late scores with the games and the matches that you're paying attention to, then definitely switch to Chop Life Gaming. Chop Life Gaming, once again, a sponsor of tonight's Dambe World Series event. My name is Innocent Skelly Agache, and at the commentator's desk with me today is Mayo Icebox Okunu. So Mayo, as we welcome our seventh set of fighters for tonight, what are you looking to see and what have your impressions been of the night so far?
Thank you very much for the introduction. So to say once again, we have a one-name fighter at the sandpit of the name Sheikh from Arwa House. And I think just like every other fight event, the caliber of the fighters goes up as we get towards the main event. And already, as we see an opponent coming in, there's another size disparity here.
And it's more of a bulk than height. I think with the first fight with Sangwon, he was much taller than his opponent. But in this situation, both guys are the same height. But Alta Aisha seems to be, well, not seems to be, he's just a much bigger man.
Yep.
And let's see what effect that has on both fighters as they, get set with their corners, taking a bit of water. Shaike maybe calling down the support of his ancestors.
Yeah, he's pulling them down.
Yeah.
He's got the little black band on his right bicep. And he's from Arwa House there with the Arwa colors, which is in blue. And then we have Alta Aisha from Grumada House with the notable orange. So he's got the blonde hair. He's got a bit of lard on the stomach.
That might help him.
You always say, don't be fooled by physiques.
That's right.
Oh, he just dropped low for a squat there. It means business. It means business. All right, bout 7 commences now. Both fighters locked in. Oh, wow, look at that. Shaky just grabbed his hand, pulled it down. Didn't do anything with it, but I think he just wanted to let him know, hey, something's going to happen here. Outside just looking at him, just looks like he's waiting. Both of them seem to be waiting.
That's right. Both
for who's going to throw the first shot. I feel like this is one of those ones that's going to go 0 to 100 real quick.
I really do. I think we might be in for a short one.
The feints in Dambe seem to be quite different from what you get in boxing, but it's still the same mission, still the same objective. Just get to see what your opponent's going to react with. Oh, big shot to the stomach there from Shaike.
Let's see if
Alta's still just waiting.
Yeah, let's see if he's able to respond. That's really the only strike that has been thrown so far. Both fighters really sizing each other off.
Shaike keeps slapping the hands of Alta and slapping his thigh as well.
Yeah.
Really going in for a response.
Yeah.
He seems to be a counter-striker maybe.
And pumping that right hand away.
Oh, okay.
Alta
comes with the shot, the overhand, right?
Yes.
And it does land.
Two of them. Two strikes. The one going in and with the back of the fist on the way out. So at least he registers that, yes, he's ready for this as well. Now both fighters...
Shaike goes for a shot to the ribs and then goes over as well with overhand. Intense lock in, intense stares.
This is a really tense fight.
Oh. Multiple shots coming from Shaike. Alta is responding on the back foot, he's backpedaling. Looks a little bit nervous, I must say.
Alta really trying to get away from Shaike there. And I think Shaike got the better of that flurry and then lands an overhand right.
Shaike is doing a very clever thing with his feints.
Yes.
He claps the hands, he claps his thigh. He's really good at distracting. Another flurry of shots there from Shaike.
And he got the better of that exchange too.
Alta looks nervous.
He does. And Shaike looks in control and methodical.
And he has Alta on the outer side of the ring. and backpedaling constantly. Alta tries to step out of the hot zone that Shaike has put him in, and he resets, but he's still on the edge. Shaike still has the center of the ring, and he's forcing Alta to move backwards.
Alta looks a bit flummoxed, like he's not quite sure how to handle this. Shaike, once again with that feint, that pump of his right fist off to the side.
Ooh.
And he goes to the
He
body
lost
and
that
then the
sequence,
head.
shoots the ribs, and goes again overhand to the... At least 3-4 shots just came out there. 3-4 shots again from Shaike.
Yes,
Alta's hitting back though. Oh, and the referee calls a pause.
It's the end of the first round. And I have to say, Shaike got the better of that round and I think won it pretty clearly.
Yes. Alta did seem to wake up in the last few seconds of that round though. And we really appreciated that. The crowd appreciated it as well, because they weren't loud. But that sequence he does, that little combination really works. He stabs in with the shot to the ribs, rolls it back and throws it right over the hand for the overhand shot to the head.
And it worked several times. I think also another dynamic at work is that when Shaike is throwing those strikes, in Dambe, passivity is death. You have to respond immediately and quickly. If you're on the back foot, you're going to lose. And so, look at this.
Look at this. Both fighters standing in the center. They're staring. And Shaike just slaps Alta in the chest 2 times to say, let's go. Oh, Alta gives him back. These two guys are ready to go.
They are ready to go. This is intense.
Referee pushes them back. Round 2 is about to commence. The fighters are locked in. How do you think this round 2 is going to go, Skelly?
I think Alta really needs to, when those flurries happen, should stop backpedaling and pump that right hand, because very often he's moving backwards and he's not matching the intensity of the strikes that Shaike is throwing towards him. Shaike is throwing 3-4 strikes and he's only managing to get 1 or 2 off in that same period. And so that deficit is going to count against it. And he also needs to really assert himself and stop letting Shaike move him around the pit as he's been doing all fight. So it'll be interesting to see if he got some of that advice from his corner and if he's able to implement it in the second round.
I have to agree with you there completely. And I think Alta just needs to stop waiting so much.
That's right.
He needs to break the rhythm and the flow that Shaike is trying to create for the round, because it's dictating how the round is going to go. Yes. The pacing to the combos, everything. Even down to the positioning of where they are in the pit, everything's been dictated by Shaike right now.
Yes.
Alta needs to just act and break the flow, break the rhythm of Shaike.
And Shaike's little feints, the thing he does, and here we go again. Shaike initiating the contact, landing 2 punches
to open the
Alta's ear.
Referee separates them, they're ready to re-engage again. Both fighters very side-on, very surface style. Trying to reduce the surface area of contact.
And the smaller fighter being the more dominant fighter, at least in terms of head, is really dictating and is seeming to be the more powerful fighter as well, which is not what you guess when you look at those guys physically.
I just love that there's tact being employed here, as opposed to just sheer brutality or violence.
And it shows that, like any other combat sport, Dambe is about technique and strategy. Simply going in there and thinking it's about just throwing wild right hands, you're missing the point. And these fighters are demonstrating that right now.
Both fighters locked in, hands being held. Shaike not doing anything with it. Alta's also not doing anything with it. More feints from, beautiful movement from Shaike as he throws a flurry of shots on the head of Alta. Alta looking a little bit disgruntled. Referee breaks them up. They look to reset again.
Alta was able to land 1 punch in that flurry, but Shaike landed like 3 or 4. And again, it comes down to the point we were making about the first round. Alta, and I think it's even showing in Alta's face a little bit that he's a bit, he's not quite sure what to do with this situation.
He's a little bit out of his little depth here.
And by contrast, Shaike looks very much in control of this fight.
So focused, so locked in. Incredible.
Second round over.
There's a lot of subtle things happening here. from the feints, from the body clapping, the body slapping, the hand holding, everything that doesn't seem like it matters actually is mattering here.
Matters in this fight, for sure. For sure. So what were your impressions of that second round?
Very much like the first one, Shaiki completely controlled everything, and Alta just allowed it to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy to say, sit on the outside here and, you know, think about the things to be done, but it's a whole different story when you're actually in there.
Yes.
There's another person trying to bomb your head off, off
The
your
bullets
shoulders.
are flying and you're having to think on your feet. And wasting time thinking instead of acting can get you knocked out.
Alta just hasn't been able to figure out Shaiki yet. And round 3 commences now. Could we be seeing another full fight go the distance?
You know, we had 5 straight finishes. You know, it's like London buses. We might have two decisions back to back. And I'd love to see Alta initiate one of these exchanges. Shaiki seems to be the one dictating when the flurries are going to start and when they end. He pulls away and that's it. Alta does not show the same aggression, the same follow-through.
Just to show you how focused and how intense Shaiki is, he's getting advice from his corner and he's still locked in. He never breaks his gaze from Alta's face. And he's responding to them. I think Shaiki wants to finish this fight.
Oh yeah,
I think he wants to finish this fight.
Strikes to the body and then goes to the head. And notice Alta has not responded.
Alta knows that this fight is about to be finished. He's looking really, really nervous.
Yes, really nervous. And he's not throwing anything. I don't think he's thrown a punch in this round. And Shaiki has landed at least 7 or 8. Alta adjusting his positioning a little bit. His hand is down. Shaiki with the same intensity that he's shown from the very first second of this fight. Circling his opponent and trying to back him into a corner.
Shaiki's stance is so interesting. I really love how he makes every single part of his body play a part in him strategizing to absolutely take Alta's head off.
Absolutely no wasted movements. I completely agree with you there.
Right from the fingertips, right to how he buries his feet in the sand.
Yep.
His stance is super calculated. Alta is feeling the pressure of everything Shaiki is doing.
And again, with where he has his hand now, throwing will be difficult.
I feel like I need some sense of urgency for Alta.
Really,
someone needs to do something.
Someone needs to tell him that he's going to lose this fight if it continues this way. He needs a knockout. And here we go again. Shaiki pumping
at
that
least
right
4
hand.
shots came from Shaiki just now. Thank you, let's have it. Oh, Alta's looking wobbled. He's still looking worried.
Shaiki, the crowd is now baying for Shaiki to finish this fight. And again, conditioning might come into it. We commented about his bulk earlier. And this is about the time where carrying a little bit of extra
the crowd is feeling it. The crowd is getting antsy.
Could be a factor. Shaiki fainting, looking for that entry. And I believe that's the end of the fight.
Judges call the referee over. I believe they're about to give him the verdict.
The referee comes over to talk to the judges. And barring something remarkable, Shaiki is probably going to be declared the winner of this fight.
Can't even tell it's my hand holding it.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. You just did that?
Yeah, I was just
mad.
My shoulder was behind me.
Oh, I can imagine.
But when I turned into the capture, it was actually like working.
And Shaiki.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of fight, finally we've gotten the winner.
Has been declared the winner of the fight. Absolutely no one in this arena is surprised by that outcome. And let's hand over to MC Audi for the interview. The winner of our 7th bout of the night, Shaike from House Arewa.
Shaike ka zama jarumi dare tsakanin fada tsakaninka da autan Aisha, ya kake ji yanzu a wannan gasar?
Wata na Aisha da nake ji, amma da nake ga mutum da bai tsaya wani ya abu ne zai. Wallahi. Kina ga wani.
To amma haka ai ka zama kai ka ci kuma.
To ai na gode Allah, dai Allah ya daidai ne. Ko ba haka ba, duk abin da Allah mu daidai ne a wurina. Ko da muke ga daidai ne a wurina Allah mu ta ko ba haka ba. Amma ni yanda na so ya daidai Allah mu zai.
Jama'a mu ta ba ce ke. Kai kokari kafin nan ka samu wuri ka je ka zauna, muna so mu duba a dan maimaita wasan da kuka yi ta yi, za a nuna shi a screen, sai ka dan jawo baya kaɗan ka daga kai, za mu ga maimaitawan wasan da kuka yi tsakaninka da autan Aisha. Mun gode, wasa ya yi kyau, ka zama mai nasara. Jama'a mu sake mutama sheke yayin da yake tafiya ya samu zama. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a wonderful fight between Sheikh from Arewa and Autan Aisha from Gurumada. At this juncture, before we move to the next fight, let's take a quick commercial break and we will be right back.
Introducing the fastest growing company in Africa, Omni Retail. If you're a manufacturer wanting to distribute products to a network of over 100,000 retailers, be it hotels, restaurants, or cafes, or a distributor, a property owner looking to warehouse fast-moving consumer goods to get great returns on investment, join the Omni Retail network today. Omni Retail, rewiring traditional trade.
Silverbacks Holding will back Africa's future by investing in dominant platform builders across tech, entertainment, sports, and creative industry. We have
He was still on African Warriors Fighting Championship. Together with me here is our big fan, a guest, a board member of African Warriors Fighting Championship, all the way from Cape Verde. Ladies and gentlemen, Veronique in the building. You're very much welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Hope you are enjoying every bit of this event.
100%. The organization is really good, and the fighters are really like putting a good fight.
Okay, I learned that we hardly find such games in Cape Verde. Please, how are you guys working about it?
So we're actually trying to push it internationally, even outside of Cape Verde. Like, one of our motto is actually like gambling to the world. So we have a big following in the US, we have a massive following in Brazil, and because, for instance, I speak Portuguese, actually like help with the development of Dambe in Brazil. We have like some deals and some leads, and we have like really like promising partnership in those countries.
My name is Zenabi. I was here in the first, second, and this is the third edition, and I have seen growth in every part of it. Please, where do you see African Warriors Fighting Championship in the next 3 to 5 years?
I would say the same as like what we have with Afrobeat, it will go global. Like right now we are the culture, especially Nigeria is like massive in terms of like culture that is being able to export itself. And because of the culture, the ancestry, the history behind Dambe, there is definitely like all the assets to actually like go global, and not only like at the African continent level, but like really worldwide.
Thank you very much, Veronique. I promise you next year I'll be in Cape Verde to search for love. So thank you very much for coming. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that wonderful interview with Veronique all the way from Cape Verde. Ladies and gentlemen, up next is another fighting segment between two giants. Jama'a maza da mata wasa bai kare ba, akwai wasa manya-manya kusan guda biyu ko uku da suka rage. Bai kamata a tafi ba a tsaya a jira don wasannan suna da karfi kuma suna da kyau. Ladies and gentlemen, up next is a fight between two wonderful people. Permit me to introduce up next Shagun Labaran from Gurumada. Fighting against Shagun Labaran from Gurumada is none other person but Bahagong Alin Tarara from Arewa.
This is bout number 8 in the Dambe World Series. It's been a heck of a night so far with some fantastic fights. We've had several finishes, we've had a few decisions, and the entertainment continues. Tonight's show is live on the Zone worldwide. Tonight's 8th fight is between Shagun Labaran from Guru Mada House, and he's going up against Bahago Alitara from Arewa House.
This is a penultimate fight. African Warrior Fighting Championships brings to you the Dambe World Series, and it's being broadcast by none other than the Zone. And it's been an amazing night.
It really has. Tremendous entertainment from beginning to end. Not just the bouts, the entertainment between the bouts, everything has just gone really, really well. It's been a fantastic crowd as well. And yeah, even though we're getting to the end of the show, I think the energy is still up. People are still really up for it. And of course, these guys haven't competed yet, so they are full of energy and desire to compete.
And we can't forget some of the people that have made this whole thing possible. Like one of our sponsors, Living La Vida Lagos. They are a concierge service, a customs travel planning plug, and they do nothing but sell consultations. They can handle your itinerary planning, your guided tours, your group trips, your solo trips, everything travel related. Look to Living La Vida Lagos to help you out with that.
Sounds like a company that I should do business.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on that. I mean, I had 2 trips this year, but hey, you can never have enough trips.
Always time for more. Yes, to the future trips. All right.
Fight number 8 is about to commence. The referee introducing the fighters, north side, west side, south side, and finally, east side.
Crowd acknowledges the fighters.
Shagun Labaran of Gurumala in the orange and black shorts. And we have Bahagun Alin Tarara from Arewa House in the blue. Labaran has a very muscular, chiseled physique. And Tarara still keep rocking the lean, looking a little bit taller. As they both finally look to engage.
Tremendous shot to the body by Shagun Labaran.
Beautiful. Oh, lovely exchange here.
These guys are
big
going
cross for
it.
big cross.
Something tells me this will not go the distance.
Yes, and this is an iconic stance from both fighters. True Dambe style. Lovely return fire from Labaran.
And the referee signaling that both fighters landed in that exchange.
Yes, Tarara came in strong, but Labaran returned fire in 3 folds. Both fighters shake it off, reset a little bit, look to re-engage. Excellent overhands coming from Labaran.
Labaran again.
2 shots to the head and then 1 to the body.
That overhand has been money for him so far.
Big shots. Oh!
Drops it.
Big shots coming from Tarara on the entry, and Labaran responds with a big shot to the face and drops Tarara to the floor. Tarara moves over to his coach for some advice on that. But referee and judges both accept the shots as a clean shot and a clean drop.
The referee's about to call the fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, I believe we have a winner. Labaran takes the win.
He's the winner of the fight.
Clean, easy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the winner.
Round knockout.
Shagun Labaran from Gurumala. Jama Mutapa Mishi.
I guess that physique was not for nothing. Labaran looking really great shape. Probably one of the more muscular fighters of tonight.
Yes, looks like he's in tremendous
Wasaya
condition. And it shows. That overhand right, that landing over and over again. And Tarara just got caught and went down.
Ba abin da zan ya daɗi na ji daɗi na gode ma Allah nama haka take dan bawa an yana tsayi ya san dan bura uban dan kai
ya ka ji wasa tsakaninka da dan uwanka
a daɗi na jiya mana tuna na win din shi na gode ma Allah kuma
yanzu me zaka ga ma African Warriors fighting champions da suka hada ku wasa da wannan mutumin
a ina na gode ma Allah kuma nace to ina godiya su ma
Muna tare da su. Allah ba mu. Ana tare mana. Fara.
All right, kafin nan ka tafi ka samu wurin zama, bari mu duba maimaitawan wasan da kai tsakaninka da dan uwanka zo ta nan. Za mu dan ga wasa, za mu dan ga maimaitawan wasa tsakaninka da dan uwanka wato shi Bahagon Ali Tarara. Kaga yadda ka doke shi?
Na gani.
To jama'a mu tafa mishi yayin da yana samun wuri ya je zauna. Thank you very much. Mungode. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, we're moving closer to the end of this fight. But before we continue, let's take a quick commercial break. Once we come back, we continue.
The African Warriors Fighting Championship in Abuja National Stadium. Ladies and gentlemen, I have our great board member all the way from Lagos, Ekoni Baje, Mr. Chinedu Okeke. Sir, you're very much welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Good evening.
So how do you feel? Are you entertained or are you bored?
I'm thoroughly entertained. I've had a good evening so far.
All right, I'm happy that you are one of the board members. I was blessed to be here at the first, second, and this is the third one. I've seen a lot of development, a lot of innovation, new things coming up. The packaging is something different. So please, where do you see African Warriors Fighting Championship in the next 3 to 5 years?
I'd like to see African Warriors cut across into mainstream, to a wider audience, come down south, build a bigger audience in Nigeria, I'm a big mixed martial arts, combat sports fan, and it's so exciting to see this sport at the intersection of culture and sports. I'd love to see this become a mainstream sport in Nigeria and to travel through Africa as well.
Have you ever tried the sport?
Not this sport. I used to box, mixed martial arts, Muay Thai, but I don't think I can do this.
I think one day we'll be having a board member versus a board member in the arena. Let's see what they got. Thank you very much, Mr. Chinedu Okeke. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, MC Nappy, with that wonderful interview. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now at the most important fight of this wonderful segment, and that's the main event and the heavyweight of this particular fight of Dambe World Series. Not to forget that this event is brought to you by African Warriors Fighting Champions, and of course is proudly sponsored by Dazin, ShopLife Gaming, Silverback Holdings, Omni Retails, Warner Music Africa, Troy Media, and of course National Council for Art and Culture. Not forgetting Living La Vida, Lagos. Ladies and gentlemen, before we continue, I would like to bring up our next fighters of this wonderful segment. And they are Dogon Isia from Gurumada. Ladies and gentlemen, fighting against Dogon Isia from Gurumada is none other person but Dogon Karkarna from Ariwa.
African Warriors Fighting Championships brings you the Dambe World Series. Ladies and gentlemen, in the arena right here in the Velodrome in the Federal Capital Territory, and all those in the zone watching live, we have our main event, the final fight of the evening, bout 9, and Dogon Isia from Gurumada House just stepped into the sandpit and the ring of glory.
Yeah, he's facing up against Dogon Kakana, who is also making his way to the arena right now. And yeah, it all builds up to this. I think you were right when you speculated earlier that these guys were going to come in being the biggest guys that we've seen so far. Sangwam earlier was really quite large, but it was matched up against a smaller opponent. But now we have what looks like two evenly matched big boys to finish the show tonight, and I couldn't be more excited.
I'm expecting fireworks. I don't know about you, but that's what I'm thinking.
Absolutely. I do not expect this one to go the distance, but you never know. We might get a technical thriller. We might get blood and guts that goes all 3 rounds. But we're about to find out, and that's the most exciting.
I think someone's getting knocked out. Well, I'm just hoping. Ronnie's all getting knocked out.
I think you're hoping, but I'm right there with you and hoping that this ends with a finish. So let's see. I think Dogon Kakana is getting his props and his juice from the back. And now he makes his way into the sandpit.
Once again, big shout out to African World Fighting Championship for putting this incredible Dambe World Series together and bringing this incredible sport to the eyes of the masses worldwide. We have Dogun Kakana coming in right now. I had the pleasure and the honor of actually holding the pads for this gigantuous monster a few days ago, and he almost took my shoulder out, throwing punches, and he didn't even look like he was trying his best.
So maybe, and actually, I have seen him fight before, and he won by knockout that night. So who knows? We might be in for the same.
I think we know.
And once more, we just like to acknowledge the wonderful sponsors who have made tonight possible. Silverback Holdings, The Zone, Chop Life Gaming, Warner Music Group, Living La Vida Lagos, and New Retail. Both men look to be in really good shape. I would say Dogon Kakana has a bit of a size advantage, but that's not saying by any means.
And one thing I will say about him, meeting him in person, being up close and personal, and doing some training with him and holding the pads for him, he is very deceptive. His range is deceptive. His power is deceptive. You step in there thinking that you can take it, and then you get the hit, and you're like, whoa, what was that? Wow. That's exactly what I felt when I took the shot from him on my pad. Believe you, I was holding a full pad. I've been taking kicks on this pad, and it really had the same effect as this guy's single punch.
Wow.
He didn't learn the technique I was teaching. He just wanted to display the power that he had. And like I said, he didn't even look like he was trying.
Incredible. And let's hope that we can see that power deployed effectively tonight. Although Dogon Isia will have something to say about that, and is definitely hoping to be able to show that he can match Dogon Kakana's power. And it's a great way for us to be ending the night. Two heralded fighters, two guys at the top of their game, two big boys. And yeah, I'm beginning to come round to your side. This is probably not going to go the distance.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you can feel the excitement from over there, but right here in this arena, we are feeling all the electricity, all the pump of the final fight of the evening, the main event. The referee introduces the fighters, north side, west side, south side, and finally, east side. Dogon versus Dogon.
May the best Dogon win.
That's right.
Referee with the final instructions. The judges and timekeeper signal that we're ready to go.
Kelly, once again, it's been an absolute honor and pleasure co-hosting this with you.
Likewise, Mayo. Wouldn't do it with anybody else.
Welcome to the main event. Fights on the way. Nothing out of the ordinary. Both fighters side each other. Oh, but Kakana going really low, very low stance. He's literally made himself a very short fight. Oh, wow.
And Isia, with a glancing right hand, didn't quite land flush, but I'm sure he's got Kakana's respect after that.
Oh! Okay, referee doesn't call it. It's a bit of a slip. It's a slip. It's not a hit down.
And the referee has called that an end to the first round because of a knockdown. That was Dogon Isia who landed that.
I just noticed Kakana had his gum shield getting rinsed out.
Yeah.
Have you noticed any other fighter?
He's the only fighter who's got gum shield tonight, and that's really interesting. We've seen teeth knocked out.
Yes, we saw that tonight. And that was from the smaller weight classes. Perhaps these big boys just understand that the power that's going to come through is nothing but real.
At their size, you better, protect your teeth or you're going to lose them.
Kakana looks in really good shape. You noticed that, you mentioned that earlier. Yeah. But he has a full 4-pack looming beneath his chest. Like we said before, physics don't make the fight. But it's just good to mention that.
Quite tall, angular. With kind of a rounded back as well.
Yeah. Interesting starting technique from him in the first round. And we have second round about to commence. Let's see if there's a different approach from Karkana.
And that super low stance might have contributed to him going down.
And he's doing it again, though.
He's doing it again.
He's very, very...
Oh, and you see they're stepping on each other's lead foot.
Interesting.
So Isia...
That might be a strategy.
That might be a strategy. Isia's doing it again.
Oh.
And Isia lands. Oh my goodness. Karkana is taking these shots.
Those are big shots too, unanswered shots really. Karkana draw. Oh, another shot to Karkana's ear. And Karkana goes absolutely down. Look, he is completely out. He is completely out. They are trying to wake him up, and he is absolutely unconscious. You see him? He is unconscious. What a way to finish tonight, everyone. He is still unconscious. Everybody's in the medicine in. They're trying to get him back, trying to revive him. His eyes are still shut. He is asleep. He's separated Karkana from his consciousness, and it's still the situation now.
Every single member of his team is around him. They're trying to revive him,
he is
still asleep.
Isia's ropes are almost completely off his hands, and Karkana is still unconscious.
Of course, there's a lot of excitement for Isia at landing that knockout.
What a finish!
And
what
finally,
a way to wrap this evening up, everyone.
Eyes open.
What a way to wrap this evening up.
He finally realizes what just happened to him.
Wow.
Tremendous knockout.
Wow.
And what a fantastic way to end tonight's show. Incredible. Incredible.
African Warrior Fighting Championship, you've done it again.
Yes.
Wow.
He landed several right hands, and the fifth one was just too much.
What a card.
And
what
we
a
have
fight
our
card. From bout 1 all the way to bout 9. Wow. What a card.
What a show that was.
I found that stance so interesting. Why Dogon decided that he was going to limit his range by going so low, looking up.
Exactly.
It didn't really make any kind of sense to me. I didn't understand why he would take that approach.
Yes.
And I feel like he paid the price for it.
I agree with you 100%. Limited the ways that your punches could approach the opponent. From that spot, he could see anything that Karkana threw coming at him.
Yes.
And so when he did throw, Isia was able to just get out of the way and counter. Yes. Get out of the way and counter. And he did that 3 or 4 times until finally, and not just 3 or 4 times, he did that 3 or 4 times.
Jamal Mutapa must please a round of applause for them.
Finally knocked him out.
And sadly for Karkana, he had to be fighting against gravity.
Dogo Isia
all the way down there.
From Gurumada, ya kana jin wasan nan, ya ka ji wannan wasan.
It's also not time efficient. The punches don't end up being fast when they come away from down there. Yes. And the series doing to bottom.
Yes.
To yanzu ya kaji fara da dan wanka a wannan wurin.
Accelerating his punches, making them
faster,
fara da dan wanka a wannan wurin. And Karkana paid the severe price for it.
Not just paid the price with.
To yanzu me zaka gaya ma African Warriors Fighting Champions da suka hada ku wasa tsakanin ka da dan wanka heavyweight.
He fell like a timber that was cut down in the forest. That was incredible. And it looks like he's okay. He's on his feet. He's left the sandpit. He's walking away under his own power. And we're really, really happy to see that.
What a beautiful,
what a tremendous finish.
Perhaps him coming in with his gum shield as the only fighter who wears gum shields tonight. Perhaps he had a bit of a foreboding of what was to come.
Yes, and despite being the slightly more slender of the two, Dogon Isia showed that he possesses as much power.
We're getting to watch the replay now. And once again, we've seen that stance, that low stance, super low stance.
Yes.
Why a fighter would decide to take such a low stance didn't quite make any sense. And I was hoping to see something, pay some positive dividends, but absolutely not.
Not just the low stance, but also the fact that Karkana's punches actually probably owing in part to that low stance like you described. Karkana's punches were just slower. They just looked labored. They were looping. Meanwhile, Isia was razor sharp from beginning to end.
He found his angles and he placed his punches exactly where they needed to be. 2 and
3.
That was the final one. And it was fantastic. What a finish.
What a finish.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Skelly, what an incredible way to
That
spend
was a
the
splendid
evening.
fight between
The
Dogo
zone,
Isiak from Gurumada and
Silverback Holdings,
and they will have
Chop Life Gaming,
ladies and gentlemen,
Omni
once
Retail,
again, this event is brought to you by African
Warriors
Fighting
Fighting Championships,
who is proudly sponsored by Dazin,
Warner
Silverback,
Music Africa,
Chop Life,
Living La Vida Lagos.
Warner Music
Thank you all
Africa,
so much
for
for putting together such a fantastic
I'd like to
show.
appreciate everyone that came.
And it's one for the
show
history
love,
books.
most especially our
We had,
VIPs that came from far and near.
9 fights
We really
in
want to
total.
appreciate you. Thank you.
All
Ladies
of them
and
were
gentlemen,
actually
let's
8
take a
fights in
break
total.
before we
All of
pick
them
back for the
absolutely
closing
tremendous.
segment. Let's
Some
get
with finishes, some went the distance, but I think in the end, who was ever going to emerge out of that. It's been a fantastic honor to be part of this. Thank you so much for being such a fantastic partner in crime.
Thank you
And
from
looking
my side
forward
as
to
well.
doing this again and again.
Definitely, and next time they come through, we're definitely going to be here. Once again, this is Kelly Amayo, your favorite commentators for the Dambe World Series, representing African Warriors Fighting Championships with the Zone.
And I think we can call it a night.
Absolutely.
We're out.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you very much. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. My name is Cold AF, as he said, KOLDAF, and it was amazing to be here.
Is this your first time in Abuja?
No, it's not my first time, but it's my first time watching this live.
Okay, it's your first time watching or performing in such an event. How do you feel the reception?
From them? Yes. Oh, I think they loved it. I loved how they were trying to engage with me and everything, yeah.
All right, so I guess if we invite you to any African Warriors Fighting Championship in another state, maybe Enugu, Benin, you'll be there?
I'm here. I love it. I love it.
By the grace of God, as you grow, we will all grow together. Thank you very much. Nice to see you. Hope to see you some other time in Abuja again.